Uh, Sorry, because the previous meeting means disconnected. So let's again start from where we have paused. So we have seen that privacy issues are there, information overloads are there, then internet frauds are there. Researchers have found that hyper networking leads to negative health behavior, leading to laziness, obesity, depression, drug abuse, isolation, or in the worst cases, it may even lead to the suicide. Now, what it actually talking about? It says that if says that hyper means issues of hyper networking. Now, what does it mean? Means you are kind of addicted towards the social media. If you are addicted, then what would happen? Some negative outcomes will be there. Negative health behaviors will be means implied, like laziness, obesity, depression, drug abuse, isolation, or in some cases, in the worst case, like it may even lead to the suicide. Social media has made the world a small space by allowing mass cultural exchange and intercultural communication. That is okay. Now, India, being a secular country, is a home for the people of various religious and cultural beliefs. Now, when these beliefs clash, the consequences are unpleasant. A mere comment or opinion on a certain belief on social media spreads like fire, leading to the riots and destructive rallies. So very means constructive lines these are. Its heavy uses has ill effects on health issues. So before that, we have to consider this issue. So we see that social media has made the world a small space, and a country like India, which is secular by nature. Secular by nature means you can see that a lot of the religions are practiced, and the government has acted neutrally, means it is not just standing for only one religion. It is giving equal weightage to all the religions. Equal weightage in the sense that state should not interfere in the religious cases. Yes, except for some articles that are not concerned here. But main concern is that as a secular country, many religious practices are done here. Now, what happened if these beliefs we are talking about these religious and cultural beliefs, right, clash, the consequences will be very unpleasant. If someone spread some hate messages, or someone just gave a very small comment, but on a certain beliefs, on against certain beliefs, then that would be spread like a fire on social media, and even that will have the capability of leading to riots and destructive rallies also. So that can be considered as a negative impact of social media. And about the health issue, we already talked that if it is being an addicted or addictive part of your day-to-day routine, then its heavy uses has ill effects on health issues. And there is a cyberbullying, online harassment, and trolling are always there. Trolling, nowadays you can see trollings become a part of social media. Someone is uploading a video, and suppose and some netizen gave a comment, but by finding some loopholes or by finding some bad about that video, or finding some kind of mockery things about that video or pictures, then what happened? The trolling will be started based on that message or based on that particular picture and video. Every netizens will try to just give some bad comments, some mockery comments, or this will be trolling like anything. And that may sometime compel that particular person with that photo towards taking some very critical step. Even like we have some examples like committing suicide also. So the trolling of women has brought to the fore the disturbing reality of online violence and abuse women face in India. So this should be stopped. We should not do, as a citizen also, we should not go for such type of trolling. If you see this, if you cannot do anything, don't just put your comments there. Leave it. Right? If you cannot stop it, but you should not do something which will not going to stop you or which will fuel these things. So we should keep ourselves away from the trolling part. That's what I mean to say. Okay. Then what are the consequences? Consequences like a study was conducted to determine the extent to which a person's opinion is influenced by a group. According to it, an individual was willing to give a wrong answer just to confirm the majority view. This also explained the impact of fake news online, which is said to contribute to a polarized society. See, with WhatsApp, nowadays fake news become a very common thing. Because there is no such thing that can stop such fake news. Yes, nowadays some type of social medias are taking some measures against it, but still fake news being online is a very common thing. A study found that the factors like users' homophily, algorithmic filtering have created the cycle of enforcing and reinforcing belief system. Now, this ensures that we do not open our minds to diverse opinions. User homophily, this term is very important. Homophily. So users homophily means users in a social system tend to bond more with one who are similar to them than to ones who are dissimilar. দেখো এনেকুৱা হ'ব নালাগে আসলতে যে এইটো বস্তু মোৰ ভাল লাগে কাৰণে যদি বাকি সকলেও এই বস্তুটোক বেছিকে ফোকাস কৰে তেনেহলে আমি বিচাৰিম যে সেই সকলৰ লগত থকাটো যাৰ আমাৰ লগত মতামত মিলে. This is known as homophily. What I mean to say that user homophily in a social system means tend to bond more towards the one or tend to bond more with ones who are similar to us than to the ones who are dissimilar. Means if we are homophily, then we will move or will make ourselves bonded with them only who are similar with our view than to the ones who are dissimilar. Now we are getting trapped in a narrower worldviews that are seeping into not only vote behavior but everyday personal interaction. WhatsApp face several criticisms like lynching incidents flared up by free flow of fake news on the platform. Twitter, along with Facebook, came under the intense scrutiny of policymakers in the US for its failure to stop the spread of misinformation during 2016 election. So yeah, there are some examples also when this type of social media is being criticized. Like in 2016 elections, what happened? Twitter and Facebook, US policymakers heavily criticized them, and they actually scrutinize these two social media because they failed to stop the spread of misinformation during that election time. And WhatsApp also, because of WhatsApp, several types of lynching incidents happened in India. So already say that spreading of fake news through this social media is very easy. Free services has given access to everyone to post whatever they want, thus created trend in fake news spreading like wildfire. So this is free, so now everyone can post anything of their choice. So this again is a question of ethics. Because if your ethic is good, if you're a person of good ethic, good moral, then obviously you are not going to do this type of thing. But your instinct will actually express your reality. If you feel kind of pleasure while spreading this type of fake news, then no one can actually stop that, because it's you who can control this type of instinctive pleasure. right? It's you who can stop the bad in you or control the bad inside you. Now, competition among websites, social media platforms has sometimes resulted in the generation of fake news. Everyone is hurried to like, share, comment rather than checking whether the authenticity of the news is okay or not. The most common fake stories revolve around politics, and the attempt is to polarize society, particularly during political events. Yes, most common fake stories happen during the time of election or before the time of election, or we have seen during COVID pandemic several type of communal uh, communal kind of posts happened to spread some communal riots. Then experts have warned that the Indian elections are at risk too with fake news. There is no regulator in social media platform as we have in print and television media. See, in print and television media, you cannot just give some kind of post whatever you want. There will be a scrutiny. There will be a system which will go through that and then allow, which will review and allow that yes, they are ready to be printed or they are ready to be broadcasted. But in case of WhatsApp, who will stop you? Whatever you wish, you can just type it, right? So nowadays, you can see some recent campaigns by social media platforms like WhatsApp launched a nationwide campaign, Share Joy, Not Rumors. এনেকুৱা কিছুমান কিছুমান তেওঁলোকে উপায় নাপাই কৰিছে আৰু যেনেকে শ্বেয়াৰ জয় নট ৰিউমাৰ্ছ হোৱাটছআপ টু লাউঞ্চ হোৱাটছআপে এইটো নেশ্যন ৱাইড কেম্পেইন লাউঞ্চ কৰিছিলে যে শ্বেয়াৰ জয় নিজৰ জয়খিনি শ্বেয়াৰ কৰা ৰিউমাৰ্ছখিনি নহয় টু হেল্প প্ৰিভেণ্ট দ্য স্প্ৰেড অফ ৰিউমাৰ্ছ এণ্ড ফেক নিউজ চ' ইউ হেভ টু ৰিমেম্বাৰ দিছ লাইন what is the national campaign is about share joy not rumors কোনে কৰিছিলে WhatsApp similarly Facebook also launched Social for Good campaign, hashtag Social for Good campaign to address issues such as cyberbullying, mental well-being, and entrepreneurship, and was targeted primarily at young users. Similarly, Twitter launched Power of 18 campaign to encourage youth to contribute to the public debate and participate in civic engagement in the upcoming election season. So these are the examples like WhatsApp, Share Joy Not Remorse, Facebook, Social for Good campaign, then Twitter, hashtag Power of 18 to encourage youth to contribute to public debate and participate in civic engagement. So these campaigns are a way to take ownership of what's happening on this platform and find ways to weed out the negative content. So these are the campaigns who actually can help stopping this type of negative uses of this social platform. Now, way forward, we can talk about like a better and more effective approach. Way forward to more issue. Okay. A better and more effective approach to limit the influence of hoaxes on WhatsApp and other platforms is to increase media literacy. Yes, media literacy is a very important term. We require it because if media is not literate, then only this type of things or this type of unreal things or this type of fake news are happening in the social media. So we need media literacy to stop this type of fake news. Then data leaks at Facebook and Uber in the recent past have proven that encryption has to be so high. Encryption means that means security or your data protected properly, right? So data leaks in Facebook and Uber, from these things we can see that the security is not as high as being shown. So encryption should be very properly conducted while this type of communications are going on. The government should bring out a policy framework on the possible harm due to the internet messaging platforms to engage a deeper level. So government policy is also required. Then the need of the hour is to tackle the gendered aspect of online abuse and uphold the rights of women in India. Now, etu eta sabotke besi important je to tackle the, just a minute, to tackle the gendered aspect of online abuse and uphold the rights of women in India. Agote ami physical abuse or kotha shunisilu, but nowadays online abuses are there. So because of this social media, so the need of the hour is to tackle the gendered aspect of online abuse and uphold the rights of women in India. So these are the impacts of social media. We have gone through both positive and negative impact. And a very high chance of coming this question in our upcoming examination. Now, a related question with respect to this can be seen like this. Social media is a double-edged sword in the functioning of democracies. Critically analyze the statement in the light of current development. Double-edged sword মানে এখন তৰোৱাল এনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ তৰোৱাল যাৰ দুটা এজে sword দুটা এজে কাম কৰে মানে দুইটা এছ আছে এখন তৰোৱাল দুটা এছ আছে এফালে বেলেগ এটা আনফালে এটা বেলেগ. So we are talking about that social media is very important for democratic processes, but it has both positive as negative effects with respect to democracy. With that, this term double-edged sword, this is what actually we mean. Now the question is about to critically analyze. We have to analyze both things, right? Positive and negative, but critically in the light of the current development. In the light of the current development, mane hoise, we have to cite some current examples. Let's discuss this very quickly. The phenomenal rise of social media platforms such as Facebook, Twitter, and others is proving to be a double-edged sword in the functioning of the democracies. On the one hand, it has democratized access to information, but on the other hand, it has also posed new challenges which are now directly impacting our democracies in the societies and the people. Okay, nothing to say more on this. Now let's come to the extent of social media with some example. India has currently 574 million active internet users. This is the data with respect to 2019. So see, in 2019 we have 574 million active internet users. Now we are in 2023. So this data may be increased, maybe no, obviously increase. So India is the second largest online market. India is the second largest online market behind China. It was estimated that by December 2020, there would be around 639 million active internet users in India. Now you can search in the internet itself that how many active internet users in India in 2023. The majority of India's internet users are mobile phone internet users. Obviously, our India number of mobile phone users are more. The overall data traffic in India is increased by 47% in 2019, driven by the continued 4G consumption. 4G constituted 96% of the total traffic consumed across the country, while 3G data traffic registered its highest ever decline of 30%. So nowadays 5G came, so you can expect that what is the growth rate will be. Now, benefits of social media, we have already talked about, like democratization of information. Social media is allowing democratization of knowledge, broader communication. Billions of netizens around the world now feel empowered to bypass traditional curators of information. Whatever you wish, you can say. Freedom of everything is there now. No traditional curator is available, is there to stop you. They have also become creators and disseminators of content, not just consumers of it. New opportunities are there. The rise of the virtual world provides voiceless people unprecedented opportunities to assert themselves and experience a sense of belongingness. The rise of several YouTubers as a medium of profession is a testimony of the phenomenon. See, even through YouTube also, you guys may be more aware of these things, YouTube users, than to me. So because with the help of YouTube as a channel, many people are or many youth are earning more than uh, what they will get from a regular job. So now YouTube become a medium of profession also. Then wider and heterogeneous communities are there. The community becomes now heterogeneous. Online communities are geographically much wider and more heterogeneous than physical communities. In the past, many communities in India were not allowed to participate in public discourses, organize themselves, and advance their thoughts and ideas. Their concerns, ideas, experiences, ambitions, and demands largely went unheard. Cheap and easy. It is very cheap and easy. Creating content needs just less investment than the brick and mortar or any other physical setup. It is more often soft skill driven. Countering the hegemony, social media has also evolved as a tool to counter the hegemony of the narrative traditional players. See, now initially those traditional players have the hegemony of publishing the news. We have to depend on them. Now social media has evolved as a tool to counter their hegemony. Anyone can give any knowledge what they have. Closing the distance also there. It has bridged the distance. You can share your pics, videos easily from this part of the country to other part of the country or world. Direct interaction with the government possible through Twitter. I already gave example of that. Right. Then challenges, hate speech and rumors are there, as we have already discussed how what type of hate speech are there. The most recent being is that two sadhus and their drivers were lynched in this particular Palghar of Maharashtra. That so there are many events which have spread fake news and messages through social media, online trolling. There, this type of things are there. Now, way forward is that we can use artificial intelligence also, AI-based algorithmic process we can use to filter out the hate speeches, to filter out the those things which can spread some kind of communal riots. Then fight misinformation with information. Then online literacy is there that we have to focus on. Awareness should be increased. Legal measures, yeah, legal measures is again is a very important thing. The Election Commission of India already had announced to measures to curb the fake news and misinformation on social media at the time of election. It had brought political party social media content under the ambit of the model code of conduct and had asked the candidate to disclose their social media accounts and all expenditures on their respective social media campaigns. So as India is not a surveillance state, conclude we can do like this: as India is not a surveillance state, there must not be any illegal or unconstitutional stake on the right to privacy or and freedom of speech and expression, which are fundamental rights of every citizen. There must be a balance, as the constitution itself has provided several limitations on what's rights to speech and expression. We know that freedom of speech is there, expression are there, but still we also have some restriction to those fundamental rights. Big technology firms who own the social media platforms can mediate content and thus impinge on democracy. They and everyone must be held accountable for their actions, which have wide social ramifications. Okay, so with that we can conclude that, and this type of the diagram we can include like what are the dimensions of social network: social network, friendship, social skills, connection, relationship, virtual community, social media, contacts, business opportunity, alliances, career, online, internet. In every dimension, social media is now has a arm to get connected. So it's positive and negative, both impacts are there, but it's you that how you use it. Now conclude how we can conclude. I already gave. So I have we have discussed the broader impact as well as one question of double sword related to the social media. I think this is a very important part or important topic for our upcoming exams. With this, I'm concluding today's lecture. Thank you.